Hello everybody, I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to actually use the APA template I've included in the announcements this week. The first thing you're going to want to do is obviously save this somewhere in your computer so that you can retrieve it quickly. After you've done that, you're going to want to adjust the page headers and the page numbers. The page header is actually in a special part of the margin in your document. So to get there, you're going to just double click at the top of the page and you'll see it open the header portion of the document, and we're in the header and footer toolbar. You want to note that this checkbox that says different first page is marked on the first page header. This allows us to actually change the header on the second page per APA requirements. If you don't have that checked, it will not allow you to do that. First thing you want to do is go ahead and change your title to whatever you're going to name your paper. You'll notice that this actually moved my page numbers when I did that, and to adjust that, all you're going to do is make sure your cursor is at the end of your title and hit the tab key once, and you'll see it brought it right back to my second tab here. If you accidentally delete them all together, it's pretty easy to get them back, so make sure that your cursor is all the way at the right hand margin. Go to page number, current position, plain number, and they're back. Now we're going to go down to the second page header. We're just going to click in here, and you'll notice that this box that I mentioned before, different first page, is now unchecked. So all you're going to do is highlight these words and type your title in again. And that's it. We're done with the headers. We don't have to mess with these anymore. So now to exit the header portion of our document, we're just going to double click in the middle of our page, and you can see that the text is now black again, and we can type in the paper. So next you're going to want to delete these instructions. We don't need those. And then just simply fill in what it's asking for in this title page heading. You'll notice none of this is in bold or caps or anything like that. It's just Times New Roman 12-point font and double spaced. Go ahead and put in our course number, our instructor's name. And then the date is pre-formatted and set to update every time I come in here. In order to get this to do this, all you have to do is go to Insert, Date and Time, and then select the long version of the date per APA requirements, and make sure you choose Update Automatically and then OK. And that'll insert the date for you. We don't need two, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. This is basically your title page. You're all done with your title page. We've got, we're centered kind of vertically and horizontally. We've got our proper running head notation, and that's basically it. Next, you're going to want to come down to the first page of your actual paper. And APA requires us to list our title again, centered over our introductory paragraph. This is not bold, not caps, it's just simply repeated here. After you've done that, you simply begin typing up your introduction, go into the body of your paper, and finish up with your conclusion. Make sure that you're tabbing in every paragraph the required 0.5 inches, which is already preset in Word. And then just double space. And there shouldn't be extra spaces between your paragraphs, so just make sure that you aren't hitting return twice when you do that. So on to the reference page. You'll notice that the title says References, and it's pretty basic here. I think a lot of us are using the citation generators that we're going to be talking about next week. These include Noodlebib Express and the University Library, as well as RefWorks. And there's a lot of other ones online, and NightSight's one of them that I recommend, and I know that some of you use others. Basically what these are a program that helps to make it so that we don't have to memorize all of the APA formatting rules, because there's so many of them and so many exceptions. It's just unrealistic for us to have to try to memorize them. So basically, you're going to go into one of these programs. If you choose the ones from our university library, you're kind of guaranteed that they are updated to what Ashford requires. If you use another one, just make sure that it's using APA 6th edition, not the 5th. From there, it's pretty much a fill-in-the-blank process. It's going to ask you questions about, your title, your author, the date it was published, all of those types of things. And then at the end of the input area, it's going to say something like Create Citation. You're going to click that button and it's going to send you to a new page where it's spit out a properly formatted and arranged citation that you simply can copy and paste into the Word document. However, you do have to alphabetize these by the author's last name or the title if there is no author, and apply this hanging indent, which you can see here, where the first sentence is flush with the left-hand margin and each of the remaining parts is tabbed in about 1/2 inch. So to get this to do that, you simply would paste in all of your citations and then select them at one time, because it would just make it easier if you do it all at once. And then we're going to go back to the Home tab, and then here at Paragraph there's this little tiny box with an arrow in it, and that's going to bring up the window that allows us to manipulate the paragraphs. So what we're going to do is go to Indentation, and under Special it's going to allow us to choose Hanging. And then we're going to set that to 1/2 inch. And then we want to make sure that it says spacing before and after are set to 0, and our line spacing is at double. And then we simply click OK, and it will format it for us. That is basically it. If anybody has any questions about this template or APA in general, just go ahead and shoot me an email.